Welcome everybody to the Geek Dad Report versus the NFL. I'm Brian West, and tonight I'm going to be making all my Week 14 selections of the 2018 season. That's right, I'm going to tell you everyone who's going to win this weekend. We've got 1 month left till the playoffs. It's crunch time for a lot of teams, including my beloved, blessed Seattle Seahawks, best franchise in the NFL. If you're new to the show, if my gear has not given it away, I am a giant homer. So I talk a lot about the Seahawks and pretty much tell everybody how awesome they are, because they are pretty awesome. And I want everybody to share in the love of a glorious franchise like the Seattle Seahawks. That's all I'm saying. I just want you guys to be as happy as I am right now. We're 7-5. And there's no team that's hotter in football. Maybe the Chargers are pretty good. They're kind of on a streak right now too. But yeah, anyway. Normally I spend good 10 minutes talking about how great Russell Wilson played the week before and how we crushed the Niners. Like this week I would be like, hey, how about that Niners game? We beat the living shit out of them. They didn't do anything except for throw temper tantrums on the sideline because Russell Wilson's chucking shoes into the 7th row. But honestly, I don't want to talk about that game. It was like a long time ago. We're recording this a little bit later than I normally do, so it's already Thursday night. I mean, who wants to relive Bobby Wagner's 98-yard touchdown return or pick six touchdown? I mean, that was pretty great. Or, like the 3, 4, 5. How many touchdowns Russell Wilson have? Like 72? I mean, what do you have? At one point, he only threw like 6 passes, and 3 of them were touchdowns. I mean, we are hitting the hot button right now. Like in NBA Jam when you're like 3 in a row, and it's like you're on fire. Well, this team is like the good on fire too, not like the dumpster fire, but like the like Ghost Rider fire, like heads on fire. Like yeah, can't stop us. Seattle Seahawks going all the way to Super Bowl. Telling you. Last time we hit a streak like this, we started kicking everyone's ass. It was, 2012? I mean, we made a Super Bowl that year. But you know what? There's no Falcons going to make the playoffs this year to stop us. I'll tell you that. I don't know. Honestly, I just feel really good about my team right now. We're 7-5. We got the Vikings coming up this week. We're going to talk more about that at the end of the show. Feel good about that game. And then we have we got a game against the Niners and the Cardinals. And then Kansas City. 2 of those are at home. 3 if you include the Vikings game. So I feel really good about the home stretch. We got 4 games left, 3 of them at home. We can get this done. The ESPN or NFL Network has us at 70% chance to make the playoffs. We're like the 5th best odds of all the teams in the NFL. So there you go. I'm very excited. You're probably excited if you're a Chargers fan as well, or maybe even a Baltimore fan. I mean, Baltimore's running this weird like wishbone college thing. I don't know. They're winning games. Who cares? If you're a Baltimore fan, you're real excited. If you're a Chargers fan, you got like a super whiny quarterback and a bunch of whiny receivers, and every time anything happens, everyone's like, he held me. And Phillip Rivers is like throwing temper tantrums in the middle of the field. But hey, you guys are winning games, man. Congratulations, you're a Chargers fan. So, I mean, I don't know. If you're a Packers fan, you're definitely not happy. They fired everybody, and they're winning no games. But whatever. If you're a Vikings fan, I don't think you're going to be very happy after this weekend. Spoiler alert. Your team's going to lose. Let's see who else. Bears, I don't know if you're happy for Bears fans. Rams, you're already happy because you clinched the playoffs, you sons of bitches. God, if we could have won a couple more games early in the season, we'd be right in it. But you know what? Whatever. That's the way it goes. But Saints, I don't know. Weird loss to the Cowboys. So, you know what? Let's see. If you're a Patriots fan, you're happy. Kansas City might be a little nervous. Like I said, the Chargers are playing really good football. If you're a Steelers fan, you're definitely not excited. You've lost 2 in a row. And you suck. I don't know if it's 2 in a row, but you lost last week and you suck. Sorry, I don't like the Steelers. Whatever. Anyway, but you know what? Like I said, I'm not going to rant too much or go through every team and talk about whether you're happy or not. If you're happy and your team's about to get in the playoffs, you know who you are. Or you're a Seahawks fan, and you're always happy. But like I said, we recorded this a little bit late. Ryan was supposed to record the show this week, and he got a little butthurt over the fact that his beloved Steelers got their butts whooped. I mean, they got their butts whooped, but they lost. And I called it. I went 10-6 last week. There's a lot of weird upsets, but I still managed to show up on top of the pick'em game. I'm at the top of my craft right now. I'm just rolling. I'm so far ahead of Ryan. We've lost track in the picks, but yeah. So you could say that the Steelers game really left him with a chapped ass, and he decided he didn't want to do the show this week. So here I am. Sorry for the late notice. I do realize that currently, as I'm recording this, the Titans and the Jags are playing. I did not look at the score, so when I make my pick, it is based just completely off of who I thought was going to win before they started. So there you go. All right, so to the games. We're going to knock these out real quick and send you guys on your merry way. If you guys want to talk about how great the Seahawks are, or what a super fan I am, you can do that in the comments after the show. We can talk all about how Russell Wilson threw 4 touchdowns against the stupid Niners, and how we've beaten them 10 times in a row if you count the NFC Championship game a few years back. Yeah, take that, San Francisco. We're going to make it 11 when we see you in 2 weeks. Anyway, so yeah, we can talk more about the Seattle Seahawks or whoever your team is. I'd be more than happy to give you guys some props or talk about your various cities and what you think about it, or you guys can tell me how much of a idiot homer loser I am. I'll respond to that as well. So, but we got to do that in the comments below because we got to get to my picks because I have another show I got to record as soon as I'm done with this. It's a busy night for me tonight. It's a one-man wrecking squad right here. I guess I should probably stop rambling. All right, here we go. To the picks, to the Week 4 picks. Real quick disclaimer, I am not a professional gambler, bettor, picker, anything that involves actual betting. I just like these games. I watch football, and I think that my opinion matters. Like everybody who has a microphone and a computer. So I'm just throwing some random picks out there. This is all entirely for fun. I have been on a hot streak this year, so if you want to bet with me, do so at your own peril. All I ask is that you send me a check for 10% of whatever you win, and if you lose, it's not my fault. I'm saying it right now, not my fault. All right, here we go. First game, Thursday night game. The Titans are playing Jacksonville in Tennessee. You know what? Jacksonville is a disaster. Their team is falling apart. They have no quarterback, and Tennessee is still has a chance of winning their division. Well, I don't know if they have a chance of winning their division. Houston's been on a tear, but I do know that they have a shot at the wild card. So this is definitely going to be a kind of a must-win type scenario. And they're at home, and the Thursday night road teams have lost like 90% of the time. So this is an easy one. I'm going to take Tennessee. Sunday games, we got Jets. New York is heading to Buffalo, so real short. Probably not even a plane ride. Probably take a couple of mopeds or maybe a scooter. Anyway, they're playing the Bills. This is a battle of two teams that both suck. So I'm going to say the Jets. Why not? I don't think I've picked the Jets all season. So I'm going to say the Jets. Any reason? No. Two teams, both out of the playoffs. Nobody cares about either one of them outside of New York, and whatever. So I'm going to say the Jets. Another New York team. God, I forgot how many teams New York has. Why does New York have 3 teams? They don't need 3 teams. Whatever. Anyway, the Giants are heading to play Washington. Native Americans. And I would normally say that the Native Americans are going to win this one, but all things considered, they lost their starting quarterback to a broken leg. They lost their backup quarterback to a broken leg. And Mark Dirty Sanchez is quarterback now. So, I mean, Mr. Butt Fumble himself is they're not going to win. That means Saquon Barkley is going to run roughshod all over the Washington Native Americans. If you're new to the show, I don't say Redskins because I think it's a racist name and they should change it. So, anyway, the Giants are going to be all over the Native Americans this week in Washington. Suck it, Dan Snyder. I hope it hurts. All right. Next up, New Orleans Saints coming off a really surprising loss to the Cowboys. Are going to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers whooped Carolina last week. I mean, just whooped them. I don't think they have 2 games back-to-back in them, and I really think the Saints are going to be fired up and just really pissed off. So I'm going to say the Saints are going to take this one in Tampa. New England's heading to Miami, which is a complete trap game. Miami always has one of these a year and manages to pull up the upset. So I'm going to call my crazy upset of the week. I'm going to say the Patriots are heading to New England. I think the Patriots are going to head to New England. I think the Patriots are going to head to Miami, and they're going to get upset because the Patriots, when you watch them play, look like a team that should have 9 losses right now, but somehow they just win. So, I think they're going to win their games at home the rest of the way, but I definitely think they're going to drop 1 or 2. And I'm going to say this week against a division rival, somehow the Dolphins are going to find a way to pull it out. Baltimore is heading to Kansas City. This is a big matchup for both these teams. The Ravens are still they have an outside shot at taking the division. They're looking for the playoffs. Kansas City as well is trying to keep their lead with the suddenly, ahead of the suddenly surging Chargers. I would give this to Baltimore if it was being played in Baltimore, but since it's played in Kansas City, I think Kansas City is going to find a way to get this one done. Kansas City. Indianapolis, coming off one of the worst games I've ever seen them play, is heading to Texas to play the Texans. If the Colts, I'm going to make it simple. If the Colts don't win this one, they're out. But somehow Texas continues to win these games. So, you know what? I'm going to say the Colts are going to win this one. If they don't win, their season's over. So, everything on the line, Colts, the upsets here. The Falcons are going to play the coachless Packers. Whatever. They're in Lambeau. The Falcons are one of the worst teams I've seen in years. Even though the Packers are bad, they still have Aaron Rodgers. So I'm going to say the Packers are going to win this one. The Panthers are heading to Cleveland. The Panthers' season is officially done if they lose to Cleveland. And they've lost like 4 in a row. 4 in a row. It's got to stop somewhere. And I could see Cleveland winning this, but I just think the Panthers... You know what? No, the Panthers are not going to win this game. I'm changing my pick. I'm going to say Cleveland is going to knock the Panthers out of the playoffs this week. They're going to play upset special. Cleveland at home against the Panthers. All right, Broncos are heading to San Francisco. I'm going to make this one easy. San Francisco is still hurting from the whooping we put on them last week. There's no way they're going to be ready to play Denver. Even though Denver's traveling there, Denver is going to beat the San Francisco 49ers. The Bengals, the quarterbackless, A.J. Greenless Bengals are heading to the San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles. The Chargers are going to whoop them. They're going to whoop them. It's going to be a just proverbial bloodbath in L.A. Proverbial. There you go. Chargers all over the Bengals. The Lions are facing off against the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. God, I'm going to say the Lions. I don't like either one of these teams. I think they're both bad, but I don't think the Lions have been mathematically eliminated yet, so I think if they have any chance of making the playoffs, they got to win this game, so I'm just going to say they're going to win it. Sure, why not? The Steelers are heading to Oakland. As much as I'd love to bet against the Steelers, there is zero chance they lose this game. Even though it's on the road, I cannot imagine. If the Steelers lose this, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. They may just completely fall apart the last 4 games of the year if they lose this one. So this is a must-win for the Steelers. They've still got the Saints and the Patriots coming to town, so they got to win this one. Steelers. Ugh, God, I hate picking the Steelers. All right, Eagles playing the Cowboys in a divisional rival game. The Eagles did not really look that great against the Washington Native Americans, and they were on their third-string quarterback. The Cowboys are firing on all cylinders right now. The Amani Cooper trade, which I thought was a stupid trade. Well, apparently it wasn't. He looks really good, and I got to eat some crow on that one. The Cowboys look really strong right now. They're playing really good, and they're playing at home. So I think they're going to handle their business and basically lock up this division with the win against the Rams or the Eagles. Last game, Sunday night game, the Bears are playing the Rams. The Bears are at home. The Rams are a really good team. The Bears are getting Trubisky back. I think the Bears are going to upset the Rams. They're playing in Midway at Soldier Field. They play really tough defense, and I just, you know what, the Rams, I don't know if they've faced a defense quite like the Bears, so I think the Rams may find a way I think the Bears may find a way to just shut down that high-powered offense. So I'm going to say the Bears are going to win this one at home. And then lastly, the game of the week, which actually kind of is the game of the week this week. The Minnesota Vikings are traveling to Seattle to play my beloved, blessed Seattle Seahawks. What do I think? Well, as you can already tell, I'm going with the Seahawks. The Vikings have the worst run defense on the road in the NFL this year. The Seattle Seahawks have the number 1 rushing attack in the NFL. The game is good. It's supposed to rain tomorrow or a Monday for the game, which could a lot of times lends itself to much more of a running type football game. God, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just really excited about this game. It's a big game. We win this, we're in the playoffs. pretty much. I know we got to still beat like the Niners or the Cardinals. Hate those guys. But no, this is a must win for us. Russell Wilson on primetime games at home is got like a 900 winning percent. Like he just wins like 90% of the time. We are super good at home. I think Monday Night Football, I think the Seahawks have the all-time best win record on Monday Night Football. And we got a lot on the line. And Russell Wilson is playing lights out. Our running game is fantastic. Like I said, number one in the NFL. And our defense is really starting to come together. I know they give up a lot of yards, but we kind of have this bend but don't break thing. So I think they're just going to get stronger as the season goes. So I look for a big finish for my Seattle Seahawks. And I'm going to say the Seattle Seahawks are going to knock off the Minnesota Vikings. And not in their season, but, put them in a big hole they're going to have to climb out of. So anyway, there you go. There's my picks and my Week 14 picks. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said in the comments below, I'd love to know who you guys are taking and what you guys think of my picks, and if you guys think I'm completely insane or I'm onto something. So thanks for watching. Hopefully Ryan will be back next week. Hopefully he'll quit crying and put a little lotion on his buttocks area, maybe your Steelers are going to win this week. So quit crying. Quit being so butthurt about it. But anyway, until next week, thanks for joining me. Go Hawks!